I want to thank Music Cozy for sending me this dual purpose headband. I had a chance, I've been walking around the house testing out the different functionalities about it and seeing what I think about it. And, well, here's what I got. So, first off, with these little speakers on the side, in case you're not familiar with the product, this is marketed for two different purposes. One, it's meant for staying on your head while you're exercising, like doing serious cardio, and move my head around like that. I mean, I didn't go for a run or anything like that, but I can tell by how tight it is on my face that it's not going to go anywhere, regardless of how vigorous I get with my motions. The second thing, which I was mostly interested in, is the sleep application. Now, I haven't gone to sleep with this yet, just to throw it out there, but I already use like a sleep mask, right? And I was trying to figure out whether or not this is going to be a good solution for maybe a kind of sleep mask that's also going to have the functionality of playing music as well. I'll get to that in a second, but first I'll go over with some of the basic functionalities. This is like a headset that is like, these don't stick out too much, these little speakers on the side, and these three buttons up here are able to, well, they have a wide range of functions. One, you can answer phone calls. I had my wife call me and I walked to see how far it was going to be. I just pushed on the sender button, and when I got the call, I made sure that it wasn't being picked up on my speakers from my regular phone, so I walked. It says in the book that it's good for 33 feet. I would say it's pretty accurate. I walked a couple rooms over and it started glitching out maybe at the end of the second one, right? I was going to go outside and just go as far as I can before it went out, but it pooped out before that. So it does have a built-in mic. I was able to speak completely hands-free, super function, just hitting the middle button for it to work. The sound quality is very good. I was watching a couple of videos and very crisp. I don't like my stuff super, super loud, so I had it on medium volume, and I had my wife stand next to me to see whether or not she could hear what I was listening to, because I know some people are going to wonder about the privacy aspect. Maybe you are listening to a podcast or something, or having a phone call with somebody that you don't want other people to listen to. And when I had it at half, she couldn't hear anything. When I had it, maybe we'll call it 3/4 of maximum capacity, she said she could hear something, that I was listening to something, but not necessarily couldn't make out what it was. So I would say from a privacy standpoint, that's pretty good. Now, for comfort, I feel, this has this little nodule up here. This is where your main, I don't want to say operating system, but this is where your little control area is. This is a little bit on the tighter side, and that kind of has to be because when you're swinging your head around and stuff, you don't want it to fall off. So the question is this going to leave like indents in my head and be uncomfortable? Well, I've had this on for about an hour or so, and I would imagine that if somebody, well, if you're falling asleep with it, you're going to have it on there for 8 hours or however long you sleep. But for a workout session, I would say this isn't going to bother you. I haven't fully slept a night in this to be able to let you know, and I wanted to get into that aspect too, because my opinions on whether or not this would be a good sleeper or not. So I'll just jump right into it. If I bring this down here, I can still see over here. The sleep mask that I currently use, it's more form-fitting for around the nose. Now, that's not to say that it's going to be a complete wash on that, because it does block out majority of the light. It just isn't meant, well, it's marketed as being for a sleep mask as well, and so I guess it is marketed like that. But it's not as form-fitting as my other mask. So that might, if people want like pitch black darkness, not going to be the proper product for you. You probably want to stick with your sleep masks. But, well, let me put it to you this way. I had a pair of headphones right next to my bed set for the longest time, because I had this idea that I wanted to listen to audiobooks and motivational kind of content first thing in the morning. So I just kept this by my side. I would put these things on my head and lay there in the bed for a little bit. And these things are like bulky, right? These are like regular DJ headphones. And that's something else. It's not the most comfortable thing. If I had these on, it would be a way different story, because this isn't going to have that same drawback of feeling, well, like headphones. So from a comfort profile, this pushing up against the head, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10 for comfort. It's all right. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's also not the end of the world, because I mean, like, especially if you're using it as a workout band, like a lot of people are using it for, it's not going to bother you that much. You're in the zone. But it is worth noting. It's pushing on your head a little bit, right? But these, I don't feel these at all. I'm a side sleeper, and when I rest it up against the side, other than getting that little, when something's kind of like against your ear and it kind of goes, it's not bad. Like, comfort profile, it's not bad at all. So overall, I would say this is pretty good. I want to wear this thing a couple nights so I can get a fully fleshed out idea about, like, how does this feel after repeated wear at nighttime, because it is something that I know would be very valuable for a lot of people. But, from the things that I have been able to verify so far, I'm pretty impressed. It's got good sound quality. I know that some things like being able to answer your phone calls wirelessly, hands-free, even though I gotta hit the button, that's important to some people. I don't personally care. I just pick it up and use my phone, put on speakerphone. But comfort standpoint, like I said, about 7 out of 10 or so, like that. So overall, I would say, if you wanted to find something that kind of plays music before you go to bed, good choice.